Hello there, collective. Welcome to my channel, 5 Mirror Mirror Tarot. Everybody's welcome. You get on in here. If you've never been here before, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. Now then, the title, let me see. Title, I have to pick this one. How are you doing? The title is I Like Being the Real Live Devil. That was your covert antagonist, brutally dark battle cry. You called a harsh judgment on a bully who betrayed you. And if you have kids, I don't want to scare anyone, but you need to know that your children, they spoke curses out loud. They spoke out loud by raising a cone of dark power rituals on children, you and your children. If you have children, the rest of you, it could be a project at work, it could be you trying to get your degree in school, it could be a family member, just you singling you out. Well, their ill-begotten prayers are cold-blooded. It's a spiritual attack. You're heavenly protected, but this misguided, a covert antagonist, a family member, they know that this is a wicked, wretched abomination to raise up that kind of darkness against the kith and kin of an earth angel. Well, that spells doom and gloom for the wicked black art practitioner. Hey there, how you doing, collective? Now then, you do not force anything that doesn't fit into your relevant situation or address your problem. You hang on to what resonates with you and you let the rest of it go. Don't you force anything I tell you into your world. Now, for the rest of you, this is dealing with someone in your energy that, this could be a family member, it could be a neighbor, it could be a sibling, it could be your own child. But they're on the spectrum of if they're not miserable, they're not happy. That kind of personality. The rest of you, some kind of abomination being raised up against you at work or in the family unit or unity, maybe a family-run business. But somebody is pretty desperate if they're going to these extremes. So now we're going to start with you, Miss, my divine feminine. We keep getting pixie kisses for you, Miss, in my meditation. We'll get over there in a second. That's the power of love. The power of love. The kisses you give, Miss. Everyone loves your kisses. You give the best love, Miss. You really make someone feel love, but those kisses are dynamic. So, listen up, Miss. All the evil spirits came around you when you figured out you're an earth angel. Like you weren't going to know, really? That's like people that would steal from Blue Eagle, which is a metaphysical. Yeah, they would steal. Like karma wasn't going to get them from stealing those tarot cards, stealing that crystal ball, stealing that intent oil. Yeah, okay? It's in that same vein. Well, you're aware that all the evil spirits that came around you wanting to drain your intuition, wanting to fog your brain and confuse you. And then suddenly, you took clear actions. You were the moon's proxy. In dead silence, you stood in grace, and in silence, you alchemized this pathetic attempt at a dark magic. You transmuted that darkness into a golden ray of white light. You did white light yourself first, and then you forgave them for doing this to you and your children so that you would level up. And it would all go back, the karma would go directly to them, because that's against universal law to curse children. They went beyond cursing your bloodline. They wanted to curse. It was personal. Wanted it to be personal for you, miss. But you came well into your own self-empowerment. In silence, you unleashed the charms that set your kith and kin, your children, free. Your potent alchemy, along with your higher self, miss, your aura. Oh, it's so powerful. Now, there's no gender in what I'm doing here. You flip-flop those energies around. You could be a male, and you really identify with your divine feminine. Got it? If you like the energy on my channel, you really should hit the thumbs up. You should subscribe. Help me build this awesome soul family. So powerful, miss, you radiate. It's a high frequency. Using your free will, you drove the black shades. You drove those bogeys, those evil spirits away. It's what you do, miss. Or sir. Your intuition serves you well, miss. It is time to accept change. I know you're a woman. You're feminine as the day is long, but you're going to do no more Mr. Nice Guy. Kid gloves off. It is on. You refuse to allow black magic to escalate, and the universe moves on taking care of you and your children. The universe and your soul family that's got wings. Your angels and ancestors. You are personified as the pearl of the deep. You are personified as the moon, miss. That means you're the heroine in your own story. You intuitively picked up on, you heard clairaudiently, you heard about these black doings. You heard about black doings using bogeymen to haunt your children's dreams. You quelled those creepy horrors. On this midnight? No, wait, miss. On this one moonlight night, you wrapped your most authentic self, madam, in an iron tower of protection. You released old traumas and tasks. You do such miraculous releases that it's a cause of celebration. You went to go see. You brought in power and strength in the present tense and in the future by releasing the past. They don't have a right to do this to you and your children. Now then, my divine masculine, hold on now. Let me get this one. Here we go. Hello. How are you? Okay, now, my divine masculine. Look at you. Would you look at you? Look what you can do with your mind. You've got these awesome powers, sir. Oh my goodness. This is the magician card from yesterday's video. See? Proud. Heart of the fairy. That's you shining. That's you being your most authentic self, sir. Oh my goodness. Now, I feel this card is you, sir. And you know, because we got over there, we've got, oh, he who was kissed by the pixies. Oh my goodness. You are unique, but I feel that your energy resonates with the depiction of you in this card. You are steeped in old world tradition of the Fae, the Seelie. You're a nature spirit, a primal mover, sir. Some gentry folk. What you were in a past life, a human size. You are part of the Seelie. You are amorous of mortals, sir. And now you're human, but in this incarnation, you're an earth angel. Look at what you can do. You're magical to your core. Look at this card. You're an expert in enchantment. You carry the vibration from a past life, sir. You are a half-forgotten god who transformed your authentic self into a mortal with magical powers. You're willing to love and you're willing to be loved. Your fairy kiss is a blessing indeed, though, sir. Open your heart. Do not ever close your heart out of fear. I know it's like, na 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 na, da 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 da. Can't touch this. Da, 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 da. You whisper into the ear, sir. Let the music sound to recreate my telepathic love. With looks, or with vows of love, with anxious pixie kisses. I feel passionate heat. My lady, that's how you tempt others. Come and continue to confirm their knowledge with a kiss, sir. Now in this bedtime story, let me in. I am thy true love. Sweetly you were wanting to entertain, seeing a young fiancé flouted and despised by her own betrothed. You magically draw them both to a hill, to a fairy ring. You kick the sulking false lover, got it, in the arse by throwing him harmlessly into an enchanted sleep. The fiancé, as fine as she is, that fiancé's memory is clouded by the universe. The universe steps in to cast a spell. It's not hard for you to make her believe that you are an appropriate lover, sir. Throughout this wildest of dreams, the plot must hang on the substantial indestructibility of shameless, unconditional self-love, sir, is how you will attract love to you that you deserve through every feckin' layer of enchantment. Here you're doing this little dance over here. Now then, you don't want to keep pushing away things that you actually want and need. Like unconditional love, knowing your self-worth. Knowing your self-worth is worthy of satisfaction and fulfillment and joy. Oh my goodness. Let me get back over here. Here it is. Now then. Ow! How are you doing? My foot fell asleep, so it's got pins and needles in it. But enough about me. How are you doing? How are you doing? Now, this is a timeless reading. It's a nighttime reading. This is a timeless reading. We're in our loungewear, our robes, our pajamas. Getting comfortable. You get something to drink. You get settled in. Oh, this is interesting now for the meditation. First, Ace of Wands. That's a fire trine. Miss. Sir. You got some really good ideas in Aries. Very strong in Aries. Intelligent ideas. Expanding on that in Jupiter and Sagittarius. And having the balls, the cojones to actually do it and make it so and make it happen. So this is kind of a vibration for them. I like being the real life devil. That was your covert antagonist, brutally dark battle cry. It's kind of like a vibration for I can, but you can't. I can just be and be dreadful and awful, chaotic and dramatic, and no one will call me on it. Well, till now. You called a judgment on who betrayed you and your children now, sir. I'm pretty sure that you have had children with your ex. But if not, this is some passion in your life. Someone's trying to take things away from you is what the vibration for I can, but you can't. Want to take honor away from you. Want to take your children away from you. Want to take your anything they can take away from you just so you suffer is a really sad way for those people to get through life. And it's not slid up a treat for you, but you called a judgment. Their ill-begotten prayers were cold-blooded and cruel and calculated. Now, this message isn't going to be for everyone, but you will understand if this message is for you. But for a lot of people, you will find that what I'm talking about is happening to someone in your energy, in your neck of the woods. You share my videos with that person. We're going to do a coffee clutch. We're going to get together and do a coffee clutch and get together and compare notes. But you're loved by the universe. You're healing this situation. And you're heavily protected from harm. You're taming yourself. You have the urge to fight back, but this misguided family member or whoever I'm picking up on, who does this? They know that they are wretched, that this behavior is vile. And they know that karma is calling out their name. And karma has their address and knows where they live now. Now, this bug-eating slime bestial is hoping that you take it personally. They want to rumble with you. Someone could want your job. Or if you have an authority, or if you have a power. Again, if you like the energy on my channel, allow your true self to hit that thumbs up, hit the notification bell, subscribe, share my videos, get your friends to subscribe. Now then, what's the first name? Okay. Luke 7:36. Anointing by a sinful woman. New Testament is where Jesus was offered his appreciation, his transformative teachings about women resonates for 2025 like never before. It's a time to leap in the air and let the earth wiggle beneath your feet and between your toes. When a woman who had lived a sinful life in the town had learned that Jesus was coming and would be eating at the Pharisee's house. In that society, modesty of a lavish Jewish wife whose habit is to have their heads covered. Her head was not covered. So what does the divine need to share? It's time for you to leap in the air. It's time for you to stay grounded, to wiggle your toes, to be playful. Quit being so damn serious, you two. What crosses the situation? To stray from the observance in public meant that she was in danger of being caught. You will have departed from the way of the daughters of Israel. I do believe they are shaming her and saying she's a prostitute. So I will suggest this is Mary Magdalene. Where you have come back down, reasonable risks are okay. That's what crosses your situation, you two. You use your head. You look before you leap into hell with a narcissist or someone who's abusive to you and doing black magic on you and your children. They went too far. Interpreted to mean that you walk exactly in the ways of idolatrous women, self-absorbed, truly conceited, stuck on themselves, sir. That's what you've been putting up with. And miss, That's what that thing accused you of being. He thought you were a light woman. He thought you were a loose woman. You are not a loose woman. Women who walk about without head covering. Her head was uncovered because there's a reason. Basis of the situation. When your bully or your abuser or your narcissistic person create for you an energy block, your growth is stunted and twisted, and the energy and the growth goes away. You're not putting up with it. You're not putting up with them using black magic on you. That's gone too far. Don't allow toxic people to put you in a destructive mode, especially for the rest of this year. The energy of growth goes wild. You either decide to grow or you let these things wither on the vine. The Talmud. Let's see. The veiling was also worn, a veil, very extensively to obscure any features. The Talmud warned against voyeurism. Should it lead to adultery, do not look at a woman's bare heels on her feet. A glimpse could incite impure thoughts. It was as if he had just had the thought in his head and in his heart, as if he really had intercourse, like in a biblical reference, in the knowing someone in a biblical way. The origin of the dress code, it takes us to a strong story about a woman who washed Jesus' feet with her tears and dried his feet with her hair. That's why her head wasn't covered. That's Mary Magdalene. She is pardoned by God for being a sinner then, where she is broken down like any victim of domestic violence or a victim of narcissism. Her self-image was battered down. They were accusing her of being a low vibrational woman. They were calling Mary Magdalene a prostitute, is what they were shaming her. She was subjected to continual criticism and insults by the wives of her patrons. She was being spat upon. She is the brunt of a lot of nasty jokes. She was shunned by the best people around. She was used and abused by the toxic worst. She came into the room not covered and in public settings. In the Pharisee's house, I think it was Simon. You stay very centered and grounded is what this one means. You attend to your own growing. Grounded, well balanced, well centered. You keep fertile. You keep aerated. You keep well watered. Can you see the shock on the host when that uninvited woman came forward? She approached Jesus. She did pull at her and unbound her hair, and it must have seemed scandalous. Inside, her spirit was wounded. As a victim of bullying and narcissistic emotional abuse right here in the Bible, you could feel that right now. Some of you from yours and what crowns you. Instead of repelling the woman or condemning the woman, Jesus acknowledged her thoughtfulness. He resonated with her soul. Right there in that moment, in the present tense, she was receptive. He embraced her humility. She showed him God's unconditional true love, but she showed her faith and respect in God Most High. For her to show up at the banquet at the Pharisee's house was hard. She knew she was viewed as a sinner, one who conveys uncleanness by her mere touch. See, they're calling her a skank. They're calling her. Definitely in your future, you show willingness to do a constructive thing. He appreciated her kindness as she gingerly wiped his feet with her beautiful hair. She did so even knowing that the Pharisee would not be pleased to see her in the house. Once the bumbling host, asked Jesus about it, he questioned Jesus' morals for allowing a woman who wore no covering over her head in public to touch him at all. Not wearing a covering on this of all occasions usually meant she was not morally covered. Maybe she was a prostitute. Jesus condemned the snarky, ignorant speculation. I entered into your house. You gave me no water to tend to my own feet, which is expected of you. But she has washed my feet with humble tears. She wears no covering so that she can wipe my feet with her hair on her head. You gave me no kiss, but this woman, since the time I came in, has not ceased to kiss my feet. My head with oil you did not anoint, but this woman anointed my feet with ointment. She saw herself as a child of God once more, a full member in God's kingdom of love. That's her claiming her most authentic self by doing this. So here Jesus points out the host had absolutely neglected Jesus to offer the weary traveler, his guest, the advantage to wash up upon arrival. You have the determination to surpass previous achievements, more patience, more tolerance. You're required to tame yourself. They wore sandals on dusty roads that were unpaved and need to keep your feet clean in a desert setting. Hospitality dictated that it was the host who was expected to provide basins of water for the guests. She was still broken, but now she could see light, and it showed her hope beyond all hope for salvation. By washing Jesus' feet with her tears, dried them with her hair, she entered the role of servant, or she was a child of Christ in the Christ consciousness that we carry on my channel. If you like the vibration on my channel, you really should subscribe. Share my videos. We have fun here. It was an act of humble contrition, the act of submission, to prove in her heart it was a repentant heart to be cherished. And Jesus Christ freely forgave her. Her sins, which are many, are forgiven, for she loved much. Subconsciously, for you, therefore I tell you, her many sins have been forgiven, for she loved much. But he who has been forgiven little loves little. In a nutshell, she exemplifies every level of discipleship, the process that Jesus requires submission to him as a servant, to master vibration, or a child to a father vibration. She's the epitome of Jesus' acceptance of social outcasts, and also his repeating restrictive social norms for just the women. He did not care about the rule covering a woman's head in public on this occasion. He communicated his acceptance in his voice. Then he spoke out. He educated the Pharisee and others about it. He did not condemn her being in public without covering her head. It points out or condemns those who dressed and acted for social or aggrandizement. Simon is the narcissist in today's moral story. His reaction to her and Jesus was anger. It put the Pharisees in a bad light. He seemed quite the unenthusiastic host. Now then, you release all this toxic rubble. You leave behind this mindset. You find yourself moving forward and replace it with a better way. You deserve emotional fulfillment, to be rock solid. You are loyal. You are dependable. You won't disappoint others all the time. Somebody who knows what they have in you, someone who is brave and wants you. I want to reach 1 million subscribers one day. And I'm pretty sure my divine reality will make that so. The vibration being raised by the soul tribe right now. You are so caring. I'm so proud of you. Doing your self-care, doing your self-love practice, to the point you kicking in the law of attraction. You're using your expression to refresh yourself, refresh your blessings that were not claimed. You're claiming them. Heart's desire, heart's desire. You are loving, becoming the real you. Now then, the first one is the Ace of Wands. Okay, now let me get over here. This is your kids. This is your children. You had to send them out there into the world and they have to learn lessons on their own, but not black magic. This was a breach. See that moon? Danger up ahead for them for doing this. They broke a universal law. You're not allowed to attack children with and their dreams especially. And here's the Ace of Wands. I told you that fire trine. You are livid. You are pissed. You can fend for yourself. You're a full-grown adult. Your children are children. So for the meditation, no, we'll put it where? Okay. There we go. Now then, we talked about the fairy that got pixie kisses. You'd be savoring. You can't get enough kisses in this world. You, sir, I showed you. It's time for you to shine. Don't you let anyone limit you, especially in a love connection. You are protected. That's what the singer of the chalice is, your angels and ancestors. You need to call in Saint Michael. You have to call him in or he won't just do it automatically. You have to request he comes in. He comes in, you tell him what it is you need help with. Then you give him permission to facilitate that help. Then you send him on his way and you say thank you. But this is the Lady of the Harvest. You know that if you didn't march in there and do what you did, shutting this down, you called a really harsh judgment. But you knew they were going to keep attacking your children psychically in their dreams. Oh yeah, they're having little Freddy Krueger nightmares. You think they're not. But here's the rare. You stepped in, you caused an energy shift that, oh my goodness. You weren't fecking about. You were not fecking about. You went in there and you told them what so. Well, welcome back, Collective. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to make yourself comfy this morning before we jump in here and get the rest of this. This is one hell of a reading. I feel for someone in the collective. I'm so proud of you. You just know they went too far. The collective consciousness is not taking this sitting down. This reading is for my divine masculine and my divine feminine. In a rare way, you settle down. It's time to quiet down. You're in the heavenly realm, beyond the veil, beyond the matrix. During this midnight hour on 5 Mirror Mirror Tarot, you're not being shame-filled. You are not naughty, sir. You are not wicked, miss. You are free to feel energetic right now. During this meditation, oh, you were precocious this morning. You two were so funny. You were high-vibing. It's like you were 12 years old again. No pick-me choose, not discriminating at all. Like, you're too fat and you're too short and you're too thin and you're too thin. You weren't discriminating at all. You were both hands taking on these blessings. You are ready to join into whatever exhilarates you, adding to that spark. You dive deep into the primal urges and you rise towards a a state of ecstasy, physically, spiritually. You were cracking me up. You were getting back in your groove. You're getting your groove back. So that's what a rare is. Vibration. Got it. Breathe slowly. Listen to your breath. You stay centered. Grounded in the earth's heart space right now. Center yourself. Be crystallized. Become crystallized about your objective. And then make it happen. Make it so. Your inner child is carried away by your pumped up enthusiasm while doing your relaxation meditation this morning. I was really proud of you. No, really. It was, you all were acting like you were 12 years old. Didn't have a care in the world. Divine feminine. Divine masculine. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I don't bite. You don't need to be scared of me. Oh, this really is steeped in mystery. This morning, this was a good time you were having. I got to see it. I get the honor of watching you all in my meditation, and then you can satiate your own needs. You can accomplish a lot with your self-care. Specifically, do your self-love practices right about nowish. Keep your focus on the delightfully altruistic. Get in touch with your inner true self, inner self-discovery, and celebrate. Celebrate the energy being made available to you both. Divine Feminine, your inner child is safe, miss. You are nurturing, you are creating on every level, and you are willing to thrive now. You are the lady of the harvest. You are complete, miss. You are healed emotionally, mentally, physically, literally. You did that. You had to grieve what you thought was stable, but you found out that was an illusion. The loss of that, what you thought was stable but isn't, was a toxic codependent relationship, and you can see that now. You're honest. But you gained a harvest. You learned some kind of soul lesson. You learned what you don't want in love, what you won't tolerate and put up with. You released that pain. You transmuted it. In the aftermath, the blessings that you deserve. And you love to let go of what is finished. You have been freed. Your authentic self prevails. You move on to the next chapter. You embrace change. You enjoy the releases. That's why you're feeling like you're 12 years old again. You're not burdened. Your bully is in shock. They didn't think that you would ever really leave them for good. They are drowning in regret and anger and guilt over you. You're the one that got away. You left before their toxic emotional storm hooked you back in, miss. Now let's get started. I'm going to put these over here. Now then. Hold on. Oh, I'm going to make a mess. Yeah. We don't want to make a mess. Oh, no, no, no. Let me do these first. Okay. Now then. Devil's card's not out here, but that's okay. There's the moon reversed next to the Three of Swords. They chose to do this, and then they did it. They could have backed down and decided not to, but they did it. I like being the real live devil. This is a covert antagonist. It's a covert narcissist. Is more dangerous than one that is grandiose, because they're able to mask their narcissism and their manipulation, so it takes longer to figure out you're with a covert narcissist. But this was they were boasting. This was a battle cry. And you called a very harsh judgment. They brought that on themselves. Now then. Now then. This is the universe. This is the universe calling a huge closing down this toxic cycle. If they had spiritual gifts, they have been stripped away. If they had blessings, callings, talents, standing in a spiritual community, well, that's over. Put a fork in them, it's done, and they know it. They know what they did. They know they raised a cone of dark power in a ritual, and it's a dank, dark manifestation. And those ill-begotten prayers were cold-blooded. It was a spiritual attack. They kept doing over and over. Look at those crows condemning them. That's your spirit team haunting them and anyone who participated by association. They're all getting some really heavy karma. You're heavily protected. Now, this misguided person, know that this is a wicked, wretched abomination to raise up the cone of power they raised. It spells doom and gloom, and they know. Look at that. Look at that. 9 of Swords. They knew the party's over. Doom and gloom for the wicked black art practitioner. Now, some of these people, we've said this before, they paid a real black magic practitioner a lot of money. And once that practitioner got a whiff of what you are, miss or sir, like I said, they knew they were doomed. They knew that they're going to get punished. And that means if they took money for attacking an earth angel, their money's going to dry up is the least of their problems. Now then, the first one's going to be what has happened to you over the last. This is the 2 of Cups, reversed. This is not a twin flame energy. This is not a coming together. This is not a connection. And this card, over the last 4 days, everything they were trying to do, all these little kitchen witch, easy bake oven witchcraft themselves didn't work. So they got desperate, decided to bring in the big guns. And that person took a lot of money for it to come back on them. So if they did something to drastically harm you on all levels, every level of that practitioner's life turned to dross, turned to poop. Bear scat. Clarify the Two of Cups. Hold on now. This is going to be what happened to them. Yes, you. Oh, yeah. I told you, you did an energy shift. You went in there and kicked ass is what you did. They're learning they attacked. It's a no-no to attack an earth angel. There's the star reversed. There's a devil card that turned on them. You offered me an earth angel and her children's souls. I want your soul. No contract with your firstborn after. No, I want your soul. Yours, just yours. Told you that devil card wasn't out there yet. There he was. That devil card right there. What crosses the situation on the heels of the devil card? Huh? Ooh. You got rewarded. Whatever they did to you skipped over you, and it boomeranged, turned right back around, and came back on them. For example, if it's a love spell to get you to go crawling back or something, you couldn't eat or sleep or drink without this obnoxious, toxic relationship and person in your life. Really? They can't eat or sleep. They fell in love with themselves. Now, that was the kitchen witch magic they did, and they got desperate. So they went and paid a lot of money is what this guy means. They paid a lot of money to get you, and that person got stripped of their, if they were really highfalutin in doing their dark magic, they were really good at it, it's gone. They're just stripped of their power. They're a normal human being again. How boring for them. And they're pissed at your person and are going to get them. They're going to do magic on your person. Yeah, that's what that means. Clarify. The Ace of Pentacles. Ooh, yeah, Nine of Pentacles. They did not have a happy ending with this magic. Eight of Pentacles to the Ten of Wands. You walked away. You and your children packed it up in the old kid bag. Like I said, you got their blessings. If they had blessings, not anymore. If they were going to get money, you're going to get money. They get to be poor. They attacked your money and your finances. They're going to be, if they tried to push you, make you homeless, they're going to be, whatever they tried to do to you is happening to them. Yeah. Basis of the situation. Nine of Pentacles. You leveled up. You are 20, 30, 40, 50 paces against these ignoramuses, is what that means. And look, you took the less traveled road. You pioneered something in your magical, you two. You alchemized this whole situation in such a way they can't. What did you say? I'm sorry, I'm talking to Holy Spirit. What this card means, you changed, in your spirit team, thank you, they changed your energy signature so that they would sweep you in whatever dimension you're in, would sweep your energy so that you couldn't be tracked by these demons and these attachments. See all those attachments that you were sure-footed, you got away. They couldn't follow you, they couldn't read you, they couldn't find you, and that means you cloaked your children the same. That's brilliant. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you for figuring out to do that. Clarify the Knight of Pentacles. Taking action. You took action instead of sitting there and taking it. The Knight of Pentacles. The Fool card. You took a risk. Ten of Pentacles. To break Oh, a generational curse. That means some of your family members going way back, maybe to medieval times, just took it when people did black art, did juju to them. They just took it. They would take those attacks, and they wouldn't do anything about it. They weren't even going to church. You'd think in medieval times, they weren't even taking it to the church. They just would put up and shut up, and then it was stopping them from being able to manifest in those timelines in their life. So you broke a generational curse by doing this, by standing up. 5 of Swords, oh my goodness. They're defeated is what that means. Scratching their head, how did you cloak your energies? You are very potent. They didn't know how, they underestimated you. They underestimated you. You're heavily protected. This wicked, wretched abomination is paying. They know it's coming. Look at the worry on the face. And that crow is like an attachment. I love crows. I have 100 crows in my front. They are back because I've been feeding them. So I talk to them every morning. But this is a crow telling them you went too far. It's the universe lining up. We're the universe. It's going to be a harsh karmic storm for doing this to children. You went too far. You attacked children in their dreams. In their dreams, where all children are supposed to be safe. My goodness gracious, you guys. And this is what crowns the situation that they did. They're in spiritual court. That's what this one is, the 6 of Cups. Your kith and kin and your children and your pets and your home and your spirituality and your physical body. Every fiber of you, they went after you, but they went after your children. Clarify the 6 of Cups. You, though, from the first meditation, though, you are going to get in some, at the very least, get into neck with somebody. Kissing. What's wrong with a little kiss? An innocent little kiss. What's wrong with kisses? Pixie kisses. Like, yummy like chocolate Hershey kisses. Past, present, and future. Oh, yeah. I got away from him. Oh, yeah. That's his birthday. Oh, yeah. I'm telling you. Got away from him. Went over the cliff. Whoops. Went over the cliff. Got away from him. This is the practitioner. It blew back on it got away from the practitioner. They're not used to that. That dinged them in their ego. It hurt. It wounded this practitioner. It could be a man or a woman. And the group thing couldn't get off the ground. They burdened themselves when it came back. And they burdened themselves with it. Oh my goodness. Definitely in the future. You tore out what they did. It did not work for you to have your children attacked. Any person, place, or thing that does not serve you and your children had to go. It was a tower for them. The reason this is upside down is you forgave them before you whooped their butts. Metaphorically, energy-wise. You launched a counterattack, a counterspell that was extremely potent, and it scared the wicked willy out of a practitioner who's well versed in what they do. Well, what they used to do, they've been stripped of their power. This is them in spiritual court. Well, I'd say probably purgatory. They're in the jail, then they go to court, then they get a judgment, then they go to spiritual jail or prison. But they're in a holding cell, all of them, and they know it. It does not feel good. Clarify that tower reversed. What exactly are they going through? Well, they're very insecure, very rattled, very twitchy, very, very, very jumpy. They're a little bit jumpy. This does not feel good to them. They're terrified. They scare the wicked willy out of themselves. 9 of Pentacles, reverse, not comfortable in their own skin. We're not victorious. You were. See all that light shining down on you? Oh, this is your connection. This is them being in spiritual court, and look at you laughing. You own that stairway to heaven. Some of you, this is really enjoying an ascension. For some of the rest of you, this is you really enjoying an ascension. Really getting a lot out of an ascension. 10 out of 10. Spiritual growth. In the face of adversity, look at what you're able to do. You just be picking off all these treasures. This one's gold, that one's an emerald, these are rubies. Because you are a delight. You are treasured. You are treasured. What they did not work. And you combine that where they were told to stop 3 different times, and they completed these ritual after ritual after ritual after ritual. They were told to stop doing it. Then they decide that they're going to attack the children, and they quadrupled down. They were told, do not do, this is not a good thing you do. And they did it. They gave themselves permission to curse children's dreams, to affect a child's still growing body and brain and system, decided to do the most despicable, diabolical. Who the hell does that? You're a person, that's who. So that was hopes and fears. Those around you can see that these people are going down, that they're getting really, they can see. Those around you, miss, and you too, sir, those that care about you can see that these no good, dirty, rotten scoundrels are finally getting their just desserts. And they can see that you are very spiritually attuned. They can see that you are protecting and loving your children, and that you are able to turn this away. You were able to repel it and draw in what it is that you deserve for you and your family, for you and your children. That practitioner, his group, his organization, his coven, his cult, turns on him. He's not as hip as he thinks he is. They don't trust him. He's lost his power. See, that's his karma. He was okay with attacking children, well, by association. And that practitioner, because they went after children for pay, there is no rebirth. Changes will come in, but there's no rebirth. It doesn't get his power back to be despicable or go after other children again. It's to teach that person a lesson. Okay, and then heart's desire. Your heart's desire is for you to surrender completely, because this really pissed you off. It really, you took it personally. It was so much. I'm so proud of you for you to tame yourself for your children's sake. Now, because you surrendered, divine retribution and God's wrath is what is going to take them. See those birds pecking at them? They can't see where this is coming from either. They just keep getting smashed and crushed. All the things that a children deserve to be happy, to be free, and not to be oppressed. Now they're an oppressed child in a full-grown person's body. They're paranoid. Oh my goodness, they're paranoid. They're an ouch-cute bundle of nerves. And your outcome is the magician. You put your money where your mouth is. You have everything out on the table. That cup is in a position where anyone can come over and see if it's half full or half empty or completely empty or what. You keep your morals and your communication skills at hand, ready to draw from. Anybody caught shuffling cards under the table will be shot, metaphorically, for cheating at poker, because we're on the YouTube. Clarify that, magician. That's your manifestation skills. That's what that is. 10 of Swords. They went too far. They went too far. And like this, and again, the 4 of Swords. And the 3 of Wands reversed. Like I said, anything that was supposed to come in for them won't come in. If they're expecting money from a lawsuit, they'll never see it. They attacked a child. That's vile. Everything that's supposed to come to them will be stolen from them. Opportunities, homes, material items, all go, all free for all. Everything that they wanted for you and your children's going to happen to them. So you watch and see what happens to them, and then you will know you did the right thing. You stepped forward and said, no, I'm going to fight this psychic spiritual attack on me and my children. I'm fighting back. No one does this to me and mine. And they're in a fetal position. And, oh yeah, this was a very bad idea to go at you. Stupid idea. This is why they're paranoid now. Thought they were paranoid in the past with that Ace of Swords. They thought they were doing something good by attacking you and your children. They were doing a good deed, something with merit. They're delulu. That's, like I said, the lights are on, but nobody's home. Toys in the attic. They are crazy. They attack children with ghosties and ghoulies and things that go bump in the night to pop into those children's dreams. Well, they're going to have some pretty fierce nightmares themselves. You're the one that got away. You gave the best love. They had every opportunity to do this right and not attack you and your children. But they chose. So you get to take the kids and go to Disneyland is what this means. The Six of Swords is going on to smoother, calmer waters. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, what now? Okay. Let's say they got to give me a stick here. A stick is, yeah, here we go. Here comes my angels in. They're like, move her hand. Where's the stick? Okay, right there. Right there. This is Ezekiel that hath taken off his hand from the poor, that hath not received usury nor increases, hath executed my judgments, hath walked in my statutes. He shall not unalive for the iniquity of his father. He shall surely live. See, you went in and you cleaned this up is what that means. It's 17, Ezekiel. Which chapter? 17, no, 18, I'm sorry, 18. 18. Yet say ye, why doth not the Son bear the iniquity of the Father? Oh, they curse their own bloodline. That practitioner cursed their own bloodline. Oh, when the Son hath done that which is lawful and right, and hath kept all of my statutes, and hath done them, and shall surely live. Thou soul that sinneth, it shall unaliveth. The Son shall not bear the iniquity of the Father, neither shall the Father bear the iniquity of the Son. The righteousness of the righteous shall be upon him, and the wickedness of the wicked shall be upon him. But if the wicked will turn from all of his sins that he hath committed, see, you forgave them before you let them have it. You forgave them and you surrendered it, and you allowed the divine, you allowed God to get revenge on them cursing your children, and you kept all of my statutes, and to do that which is lawful and right, he shall surely live and shall not unalive. Oh, that's pretty good. Now for the divine masculine energy. I know. It's the wee hours of the morning. We have fun doing this, don't we? Lie comes back to haunt them. Acts like a metaphorical mental case. Someone is spying on you. This is what started the last 5 days behind you when we started this reading. Very first card that went down. Spying on you. Narcissistic personality. Insignificant one who is extremely superficial is getting karma. Good. The lost and rejected toxic people in your life have cursed themselves. What did I just say? I told you they cursed themselves. White light, white light. And you did the right thing with your spiritual hygiene. You forgave them. You wish them luck and love and light because they're going to need it, because they're going to get some really harsh judgment and really harsh karma. You being good enough, you level up in the eyes of the divine, you get brownie points. How about that? Balance your male energy with more female energy, sir. Sir. Balance your male energy with more female energy. It could be fun. You might like it. New offer and new love. Go on, you know you want to. Deep attachment, but not culminating in marriage. That's a platonic relationship. But I see a give me your hot monkey love relationship for you two. You both deserve it. My divine feminine, my divine masculine, you deserve it. You deserve it. You do. You do. You deserve it. So many admirers, but just one will stand out. What did I just say? Someone's watching porn. Well, it's a good thing the children are in bed. Scarier and scarier. Life creates many situations that are unsettling, even abhorrently toxic. When trouble arises, I want you on the threshold of danger. Because you're not taking any more blame twisting. You're not being a scapegoat either. That's what we learned in yesterday's video. And there it is. Cuckoo. 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 Visualize and affirm abundance. You deserve and you are worthy of being loved. You are. Let love be what love be. Shape-shifting people. You get a new person in your life, you two. Dog and cat like loyalty. Dogs and cats will be living together. No more time wasters. Your prayers are answered. Future success. Isolate for self-discovery. Protection if you seek it out. Healing, keeping hunger and poverty away vibration. Blame can be very emotional. It's a psychological attack, either on you or a group. Fresh health issues arise. Power to rescue a love vibration. An erogenous pick-me-up. You will sharpen your psychic sensitivity and establish or improve communications with the deepest aspects of your true self and your inner world going within. Somebody's being haunted because you're shining. Beware, most demonic human in your midst alert. They're going to be real desperate and try to come to you thinking that you have some secret magic power, that you, because you're just such, you just know them and you know that you're going to save them from their karma. Even if you could, you wouldn't. You don't have the power to do that, and that's what you tell them. That is exactly what you tell them. Spirit decides they went too far, and the universe makes them pay. Well, now. Well. Let's see, how did we do here? Well, for me, that's pretty gosh darn good. Now, remember, this is a timeless reading. It doesn't matter when you click on and view the entire video. These are all timeless readings. Past, present, and future. Share my videos. Get your friends to hit that thumbs up. Watch all my videos. Go through my playlist. When you're in there, hit the thumbs up and leave me a comment. Help me befriend the algorithms. I beg of you. But you promise me you will go out there and you will have a really great day.